Hi, how you doing? My name is Chana. Welcome if this is your first time here, and welcome back to my channel if this is not your first time here. I want to talk a little bit today about a homeschooling topic that I've just heard so many times. It's kind of like this recurring theme that I keep hearing over and over, and I wanted to make a video about it just to kind of address it and share with you a little bit about my experience. The question goes somewhere to the extent of, I don't have a strong Jewish background. How am I going to teach my child? How am I going to give a Jewish education to my child or children when I myself don't know so much about Judaism? Something along those lines, right? And I wanted to tell you a little bit about me, was that I grew up with very, very little Jewish background. I mean, I went to Hebrew school, but I don't feel like I learned Judaism. I don't feel like I really learned what Judaism is or was about. I grew up very secular. And in college, I started learning more about Judaism when I joined the Hillel there. And the rabbi there was very inspiring and taught me things that I had no clue was part of Judaism. And kind of spiraled from there, kind of not upward spiraled, a good spiral. So, and it was definitely a process. It was definitely a learning curve, definitely a learning process. But Baruch Hashem, it was like really a turning point in my life. When I had my first child, I started working as a teacher in a in a cheder, Jewish school. And from there, I realized really how little about Judaism I knew. Now, I had been religious. I don't like that religious, the word religious I don't like, but just so that you could understand, like I was keeping Shabbos, I was keeping kosher. It was a process to do that, but at this point I was, when I had my first child, I was already for quite a bit of time. And then when I started homeschooling, did I realize how little I knew, really how little did I know. I mean, I had been learning all these Kabbalistic concepts. I could tell you Kabbalah, I could tell you Hasidus. I couldn't tell you the names of the 12 tribes or how the calendar worked. That was just my experience, right? It was like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to teach my children? What am I going to do? Right? But you know what? We're all children. I mean, I look at myself like a child of Hashem. And from there, I learned with my children. I cannot tell you how special that has been to learn with my children. The calendar, right? We bought a calendar, we bought a Hebrew calendar, and every day we put the days of the month up and we chart when the next holiday is. And as they're learning, I'm learning. And I don't know exactly how to start. When I take it out, I'm also kind of trying to figure it out with them. But I find it so special and it's exciting. It's exciting for me, and I feel like they also feel that excitement. You wing it and you work through it and it's exciting and you're building a relationship with Hashem. If you really want to, you can outsource. There's tutors, there's different resources out there that will help teach your child for you. And that's 100% beautiful, and that's special if that's how you, if that's what you feel like will be best for your family. But I just want to tell you, don't be scared of how little you know, because really, we're all winging it. Nobody really knows, right? Until you learn with children and you go back to the bare minimum and you go back to the basics, and you have to somehow explain things in a way that children will understand. It was so empowering for me to be able to do that, to have to like develop that skill. It was a skill I had to develop, but and I'm always working, I'm always growing, I'm always learning, okay? Like, it never stops. It's not like you're all of a sudden there and then you stop. Something I'm constantly doing, I'm constantly growing day after day. I love it. I love every minute of it. I love the Torah I'm learning with my children. I'm not teaching my children. I'm learning with them. Okay, yes, as parents, as homeschoolers, we are teaching our children in so many ways. But I feel like I'm not a teacher. I feel like they're my teacher, and I'm kind of like in it for the ride. We're kind of going at it together. And that feeling has been so special for me as a Baal Tshuva, as someone that became religious later in life. And you have such a special opportunity to do these mitzvahs with your children and to learn about Shabbos candles and to learn about like challah, making challah, how special that is, and to learn about the mitzvah of giving tzedakah, right? You can give tzedakah and learn about it, and why it's so important for Jews to give tzedakah. You can look it up on the internet and be like, whoa, like, guess what I just learned? It's so exciting, you know? And I just think that is so special. And I think, and just because I experienced it myself, to learn and grow as a family, I experienced that myself. Now, I was already religious when I had my children. Like when I got married, I was already from, but I feel like I'm constantly connecting and reconnecting with Hashem, and connecting and reconnecting with Judaism and these ideas and concepts and philosophies and the mitzvahs and the Torah. Like, it's so special to do it with your children, and I just really cannot encourage you more to go for it. Just learn with them, you know, read something with them. Children's books will give you such amazing information about Torah, and you're gonna, as you read with them, you're gonna absorb also. And I feel like, now I can't say because my kids are still young, like if they were older and they said, yeah, Mom, you did that really well, like then I could say. But what I feel right now is that I feel my kids feel how I feel when I read them something and I learn something new. That's how I think. Don't feel like you're lower, you're lesser, or you don't know enough, you can't do it because you don't have a background in it. All Jewish people have a background, right? You are children of Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah. We were all at Mount Sinai together. We all received the Torah. It's just relearning what we received from Mount Sinai. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped clear some things up for you. Take care. Bye-bye.